Hey guys, what's up? It's Mackenzie Criswell here with a very exciting new tutorial. We're actually doing something a little bit different today. Normally I would find a tutorial based on something I've done in the past or an effect I'm working on, but today I'm actually going to do a very quick video about, we'll start a couple of different videos about just different applications that I use on a daily basis. I think this is going to be pretty helpful for people who are wondering about some apps to use. These aren't necessarily just apps that I use to work, but also just for stuff that I do on a regular basis. And so let's get started. So what this app is actually a encoding app. It allows you to add metadata to basically any video file. A quick example of something that I use it for all the time. I really like movies, and so I'm always going and finding movies that I really like, but that aren't really available in the iTunes store or really anywhere online. And I find them and I get them off of a DVD, or I get them off of wherever it may come from. I can get a video file, but services like iTunes are a very convenient place to keep all of your movies. If you have an Apple TV and you use a Mac and an iPhone, really you put these movies into your library and you can access them basically anywhere you are. So it's a very convenient way to keep a catalog of all your movies. And so no matter where I get a movie from, I can put it into this iTunes library using this file. So let's actually take a look at how we can get our hands on it to start with. So the first way, of course, to get the app is to actually go to the Mac App Store, and it's available for $10. Now this is the full-featured app. It does a lot of stuff, and it's way too much to try to make a quick little video about, which is what I'm trying to do, but you can just look around this app. It does a ton of great stuff. So, but as well as being in the Mac App Store, there's actually also a light version of the app, which does really almost everything that you can actually get. Now there's a link below in the description to actually get the light version of the app, and if you head on over to that link, it's from a website called Mac Update. You just click download, it'll download. It's a pretty small app, so it'll only take a little bit to download. Okay, and so now we're done. I'll go ahead and open up my downloads folder, and you can see the app is right here, and we're ready to go. Honestly, the easiest way to install this app is to just open up a new Finder window. So File, New Finder window, of course Command N works. Come over to your Applications folder and just drag iDentify right into the Applications folder. It'll take a sec to copy. But once it does that, we're good to go. And you can see here it is in Launchpad. We can open it from the actual Applications folder. It'll take it a bit to be recognized in Spotlight and everything. But let's go ahead and open up the app. One time it'll give us a little window asking us if we want to open it up. And so we'll just go ahead and click Open. And here is the app. It's very small, as you can see, and let's go ahead and get a file in here and start adding some data to it. Okay, so right here I've actually got a little bit of stock footage, and for this example I'll just go ahead and drag this in here. In a lot of situations, obviously mostly what this is for movies, but we're just going to use this little bit of footage. And as you can see, when you drag a file into the app, you can go ahead, it'll go ahead and try to scan the file to find any information it can about it. You probably didn't notice because it did it really fast. If we click rescan, it'll again look. It's not going to be able to find anything on this file since it's not an actual movie, but it does actually do a fairly good job of finding metadata about films, especially popular films. The more popular a movie is, the more likely it'll get some knowledge about that. But what I actually like to do is come up to preferences and tell it not to actually automatically do that lookup. a lot of times I already have whatever data I want to add there. If I'm adding a movie, a lot of times I just add whatever's on IMDb, so it's easy to just find it and put it there. So, but in the event that you want to customize your data, you'll just go ahead and click Edit Tags, and now you get all the information to edit yourself. So we could say the genre is documentary, add a rating. Of course, you can specify whether it's a TV show or a movie. It can also catalog TV shows, of course. Let's see, we'll call this New York. We can add a description. It's got a year marker. It's got an option to add a studio. If it's TV, there's some information about obviously the series, the season and the episode, the TV network that it aired on. That's awesome. Let's see. But one of the cool things about this is you can actually come in and add specific information about the cast and crew of the film. So we can add whatever information here we want. We can add a director, any crew members here. Once you add crew members, you can specify what exactly they are, what they did. It's great for cataloging the movies. You can, of course, add actually chapter markers. The cool thing is you can actually add artwork. So if there's a particular piece of cover art that you like, we'll go to IMDb real quick and try to find something. Let's see. Okay, here's something. Once you find an image you like, you don't have to download or anything. You can just drag it straight into the app. It'll see what's there and add it. One other cool thing that you can do is it also allows you to add a sorting name. And this is actually something you can do in iTunes, but it's cool to be able to do it here in the encoding app. And what this is for series. As you know, if you're adding movies to iTunes yourself, you may put in all the Harry Potter movies, and there's 8 of them. Obviously, when it tries to put the movies in alphabetical order, they're going to be way out of order. And so what you can do here is specify this is, Harry Potter 1. When you add the next movie, it's 2, 3, so on and so forth. And so that's really cool. But once you're done with the app, you basically just hit save. It doesn't actually move the file. It does change the extension from MP4 to MRV. iTunes can read both of these files types, but I guess this is a little more accessible for encoding apps. Not 100% sure why it does that, but it works. So then we'll go ahead and bring this over here. Of course, again, I'm using iTunes, so I'll just drag this in here, and it will import. So here you can see, here is our movie. If we click on it, we've got all the artwork. And here's a movie that I actually bought in iTunes. You can see here's all the data about the movie. The cast and crew is there. It of course shows us recommendations. It's all set up. And here is our fake movie next to it. Again, blends in perfectly. Show recommendations, probably not going to find anything. Okay, it actually does bring up movies for whatever it is. But here we are. Of course, once we watch this, it's just a quick little time lapse. But once we watch it and get to the end, it'll mark it as watched, and we'll be good to go. And actually, like I said, I actually set the sorting to sort the name as Harry Potter. So as you can see here, it's blended in with the Harry Potter movies that I already have in my library, and it's stuck right in the middle. We named it Harry Potter 3, so of course it fell into place right here. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. Now, there's one other thing that I did want to mention really quickly just before we end this video, and that is when you install iDentify, it actually, I'm pretty sure without asking you, goes ahead and changes itself to the default video player for M4V and MP4 files. So what that means is when you click on an MP4 file or an M4V file, what it'll do is actually open the files up in iDentify and instead of playing them. So really quick, just to fix that, we'll close out of here. Make sure that's closed, and if you just right click on the file, this is the M4V file. Go ahead and click Get Info. We come down here to Open With, QuickTime Player, and make sure that you click Change All. And what that'll do is make it the default player for this video type. And then of course, we come over here to the MP4 file, do the exact same thing, Get Info, change it to QuickTime, Change All, Continue. And now, when we open up one of these videos, it'll open in QuickTime, and we can actually watch it. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope this helps you out. This is a great, iDentify is a great little app that helps me, that I use all the time. So, if you like this video, you can check out more on my channel on YouTube or at MAKC.co, MAKC.co. But I'll see you next time.